What happened? Oh, hi. Good morning, Allegheny. I'm your host, Emily Snyder, and let's go ahead and get on with today's announcements. Attention juniors and seniors, the class of 2021 will be holding a prom dance for the junior class on April 16th and for the senior class on April 17th. Both dances will be held at Brookdale Farms from 7 to 10 p.m. They will be separated due to capacity guidelines. Tickets will be sold outside our school's main entrance on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 3 to 5 p.m. Tickets are $15, and you must provide the name, age, address, a completed Allegheny prom waiver, and release form to buy a ticket. All this information must be provided for each ticket you buy, so without your Allegheny prom waiver and release form signed by a parent or guardian, you will not be sold a ticket. These waivers can be found in the main office. A reminder that this will not be a school-sponsored event, but all COVID restrictions will be followed and enforced. And now on to our lunch choices for today and tomorrow. Our lunch for today, we will be having Sloppy Joe sandwiches, PB&J sandwiches, tossed salad, fresh fruit, and fat-free or 1% milk. And now for tomorrow's lunch options. Baked chicken, hot ham and cheese sandwich, green beans, fresh fruit, and fat-free or 1% milk. And now we have some sports announcements for you guys. This is a reminder to all students who are planning to try out for a spring sport. Every student must fill out a physical paper. If you have already had a physical for this year, then you need to fill out the shortened version. If you have not had a physical for this year, then you must fill out the long version. Please see Mr. Eric for the physical papers. Downloading them off the Board of Ed website will not be accepted. Also, remember that you have to have a physical and the papers handed to your coach before you can try out. And our last announcement for the sports. Attention boys interested in playing baseball this spring for our varsity and JV baseball teams. If you have not played a sport this school year or have completed a physical, please get a physical form from Mr. Eric and have it completed by Thursday, April 15th. Baseball tryouts will be on Saturday, April 17th. All baseball players should be conditioning their arms and throwing on a daily basis. Coach Bauer looks forward to seeing all of you and having a great spring season. And with that, let's send it on over to David with sports.
In Allegheny sports news today at 4 o'clock, there will be a cross-country meet at ACM, and then tomorrow the boys and girls varsity soccer teams will be taking on Fort Hill at Greenway Avenue Stadium, with the girls starting at 4 o'clock and the boys starting at 6 o'clock. So best of luck to everyone involved. Go Campers. Moving on to some NFL news. The NFL will be expanding to a 17-game regular season starting this coming NFL season. This is one game more than the previous 16-game season, an era that lasted from 1978 to 2020. Now, in those 40-ish years, the only two teams to not have a 4,000-yard passer are, ironically, the two teams that I talk the most crap about on here, being the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. Also in the NFL, there were three major trades that completely shook up the draft order. Starting out, the Miami Dolphins, who were sitting pretty at 3, dropped to 12, trading their pick with the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers most likely moving up to take a quarterback, probably will be Justin Fields. At number 3, he will probably be the best quarterback available, barring some sort of surprise at 1 and 2. I would say Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson going to the Jags and Jets respectively is pretty much a lock. So taking Justin Fields at 3 would probably be their best bet. He fits their offense well, and he would be the best quarterback on the board. Now, the Dolphins didn't make one trade, they made 2. After dropping to 12, they moved up to 6, trading with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles dropping down to 12, obviously, they didn't feel that whoever they wanted they would need to take them at 6. They can take them later on. They're also securing more picks for, other holes that that team has to fill, because God knows they have a lot of them. And the Dolphins move back up to get whoever they feel like is going to help their team the most. Obviously, they feel like there's someone out there that's going to get taken early that they really, really need. And finally, in NBA news, the NBA trade deadline was this past week, and the biggest trade by far, the Chicago Bulls, my Chicago Bulls, went out and got Nikola Vucevic, who is an all-star caliber center. He was an all-star this past year, pairing him with Zach LaVine, arguably making one of the best duos in the NBA. Now, the Orlando Magic, the team the Bulls traded with, are getting Wendell Carter Jr., 2 first-round picks, and Otto Porter. So a decent return, and the Magic also traded their other best player, Aaron Gordon, to the Nuggets. Obviously, the Magic just want new faces in there. They're getting rid of the old guys, bringing in new guys, that kind of thing. And the Nuggets and Bulls are both benefiting from this. And then finally, Lamarcus, Aldridge, and Drummond, 2 of the, better, well-known bigs in the league. I'm not going to say better because they're, older. But 2 of the more well-known bigs in the league were both bought out, which just means their team paid the rest of their contracts so they don't have the rights to them anymore. And Drummond signed with the Lakers and Aldridge signed with the Nets. That's all I got. Back to whoever's hosting.
All right, thank you, David. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for today's announcements. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more AML.